Hey, what's up? My name is Kate. I'm a licensed counselor and makeup artist, and I'm here today to talk about makeup that I'm grateful for. If you enjoy, I hope you'll subscribe, and let's get right into it. So, the first kind of subcategory of makeup I feel grateful for is old makeup I love. So, things that I've been using for a long time that I'm still using that have just really served me. Oh, I love this top, by the way. These ruffles, it's got a ruffled sleeve. We'll do some swatches. So I guess the first thing I would start out with is Maybelline Raw Chocolate. Oh, and I'm gonna quickly Google when each thing was launched and see if I could find that info. 2000, the year 2000, Maybelline Raw Chocolate is the answer that I'm getting. So I don't think I've been using it since then, but definitely a long time. So there's what the bullet looks like. I've had this for going on 2 years now. And this is also like my signature shade of lipstick. I just feel like it really suits my hair and everything. And that's still the lipstick that I go to and use when I don't know what else to use. Okay, one was Maybelline Sky High Mascara. It's not giving me a clear answer. One thing says 2020, so I'm not sure if that's true, but either way, I've been using the Maybelline Sky High for quite a long time, and it's been my favorite mascara for a long time. It was just recently dethroned by an Essence mascara, but this is what the rubber bristle wand looks like. It's got a little flat section for really packing on the product, and I've loved this. I've loved the look that it gives on the lashes. I should have worn it today, but actually filmed something different right before this. So, okay, two more nostalgic products. Well, not really, but you'll see. Wet n Wild Precious Petals. Okay, I'm getting some dates that say 2017, so I'm not sure if that's accurate, but this is my second one. I had one that was very, destructed within the pan. It is the highlight I'm wearing today, although I didn't wet my sponge before, so it's not as beaming, but this is a beautiful highlight, and it still holds up the test of time for me, almost 10 years later. So much that I wanted to repurchase it. All right, and then this is getting more into, well, I guess these two are nostalgic for me. The Natasha Denona. I'm not sure when Mini Glam. I remember I bought this in Sephora with my two babies in a stroller. It was like a little gift to myself. This is telling me spring of 2020. So yeah, I had my first baby at 18 and the second one at 20, and I got this like after it had launched already, so that makes sense. So I've had this for quite a while. Got some really good dips going in the pans and just really versatile for me. I could fill in my brows with this shade. This is a nice all over glimmer. This is like more of a deep smoky look. This is a really nice bronze. And then this matte shade is probably my favorite. I don't know if you can see, it's got like a good dip in there, and I like just an all over the lid look with that one. Natasha Denona in general is becoming nostalgic to me, like the retro palette. I've focused on this recently on getting more use from it because it is so beautiful. I just want to give it love and use. And I really like dug into this palette when I first got it. I really enjoyed it. That goes into maybe the second category, which is unfortunately for my wallet, luxury makeup. So I just find myself to enjoy luxury makeup more, or like high-end makeup. Although there are quite a few drugstore products that I love, I tend to see them more as workhorses, whereas like, not saying that these won't become workhorses, my two little YSL babies, um, but these feel more like a special treat, something luxurious, something that I specifically, I'm treating myself with. So this is the YSL, I believe it's called Overbrune Quad. And not only is this super luxurious, but it's also very practical and usable for my daily life. So I probably used it like 5 or 6 times at this point, and just really enjoying the simple looks that I get with that. I hate like an all over like sheer glittery sparkly shade in general. I know that's been a trend for a while. Oh, that's actually looking pretty similar to the Mega Glow in shade, not in texture. Shear it out a little bit. So it becomes like a sheer glitter if you shear it out. But it does have some base to it, and I've actually liked the kind of sparkled glitter look that I've gotten on the eye from that. It's subtle and nice. Whoa. Okay, and then this is the newest piece to my collection, YSL Hot Mauve. Just a basic, really nice, really versatile blush. I've only used it one time so far and I enjoyed it. I did a Pat McGrath haul around, I don't know if that was November or December, but I really super love this bronzer in the shade Nude Honey, and it's my goal to wear down the design on the pan. So it's just a really perfect shade, beautiful, weighty, compact. Again, gives that luxury feeling. And it was on sale at Macy's for $10. So that's my favorite part, honestly, like getting a good deal. It's right up my alley. Okay, another luxury favorite, this Valentino lipstick. Oh my gosh, it matches my top. I just got this. It's in the shade Rosso Valentino. And again, it's like my signature kind of shade in a beautiful matte formula. Really, really happy to have that, in fact. Put that on a little. I try to go kind of neutral to not compete with my shirt, but I would say that goes with it pretty well. And then the last lip product, this ABH, the shade Parchment, the lip velvets. This is like the MAC, sorry, see if I can do it like this. Nope. The MAC Powder Kiss liquid kind of, except I would say better because it doesn't settle into the lines on the lips and gives a really nice blurred effect. I really love this one and I have it in 4 shades now. I just keep buying them whenever they're on sale. Okay, my other 2 categories for this video are practical and historical. So on the practical level, I love these Thirst Burst drops. It's just like it sinks into the skin faster than a moisturizer would. So if I'm just like want to refresh my skin before applying foundation for the day, this has been really invaluable for that reason, and I really like it. It's like a heavy glass bottle too. I'm so happy I found my like workhorse foundation, the Maybelline Superstay. Again, nice weighty glass bottle. Love this packaging and just a really nice formula. It's got a little alcohol to it. I wouldn't say I have dry skin. I would say I'm normal to combo. So sometimes I can get dry, but more often I get oily, especially in the summer. But that one's worked really well for me. And this Lorac Soleil palette, I just can't put down for this one shade that I fill in my brows with, and it's absolutely perfect. Again, I'm not wearing it today because I used some different stuff, but because I'm trying to rotate through, but I love the just subtle shades in here for work. They're absolutely beautiful. It's warm tone though, so I tend to go a little more cool in the winter. And then I have 3 items that are just like historical. Like I'm grateful to have lived through the birth of the eyeshadow palette in the form of this. So this is the relaunch, and again, I'm happy it relaunched. I'm happy to have it again in my collection. I had an old one that was, you know, an original one that was completely destroyed, and I don't use this much. Like I need to dig into it a little, especially now that it's cool tone season, because I love these end shades, making a look with that. But I love how makeup is like a piece of history. Like you can look back and remember what you were doing when that happened. So when was Urban Decay Naked palette launched? This is 2010. Oh my God. In 2010, I had just gone through a bad breakup My college boyfriend kicked me out of our apartment right before Christmas. Oh my God, I haven't felt these memories in a long time. And then I met my first husband later that year. I stayed single for a while. I was just working and going to school. I had to move back in with my parents. Ugh. And then eventually I moved out again on my own. Another such piece of makeup history, this hourglass sculpture palette, which someone told me launched in 2019. I'm just happy to have one of these, and I'm happy it's one of the older ones because they change it every year. And so when you look back, you're like, oh, I got this one, this iteration of it. And the powders in there are beautiful. I need to use this more often. I'm gonna make a point to use that soon. And this is the last item. It's this year's NARS blush cheek palette, the shade New Realm. I mean, these shades are stunning. We're definitely going through like an 80s revival in makeup, it seems, which happens every now and then. But this is going to be one of those pieces that I look back in my collection years from now and say, oh, like this was from 2025. And I remember, I was living in my apartment and, everything that's happening right now when I look back in the future. So that is some makeup I'm grateful for. Let me know in the comments some makeup that you are grateful for, how your, holiday Christmas season is going and all that. Cheers. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, bye.